Okay, we are going here. So I wanted to share another thing that came across my mind that's kind of related to the last video that I put on yesterday. And it's on being neutral. I was talking about detachment, recognizing if we're placing our joy and happiness outside of ourselves and how to detach from that, but also how to be neutral when we're interacting or even viewing anything in life. So most of our days we're going through situations and we're judging. That's good, that's bad. It's even in our language. Nice, great, I'm lovely, oh, I'm bad. And what that tends to do is swing us mini step by mini step into an emotional state that corresponds with that polarity that we're identifying with. So I know there's this affinity towards being positive and great, but it's just one side to the pendulum, and you don't want to be swinging back or forth. You don't want to be too much on the positive side or too much on the negative side, because if you are in that state, if you are saying or judging something to be good or judging something to be bad, you're immediately inviting that feeling, that energy into yourself. You're playing with it. Now, that often is not a bad thing. That's normal. That's how we go through life. Though in situations that may be chaotic, or in situations where you're trying to again, find your center, a great practice is to practice neutrality. And that is truly being observant of your thoughts and judgments with everything that you see, everything that you hear, everything that a person says. We are quick to say, oh, that's bullshit, oh, that's great, oh, that's good, that's bad. And that the judger inside, excuse me, it locks us into that emotional field. So if you're going to the store and you're seeing a person like wiping down the toilet paper aisle and there's nothing left, it's easy to go into that judgment mode and say, oh, that person doesn't know what they're doing, they're not thinking about other people, yada, 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 yada. And you have every right to do that. Though what it's doing for you is not beneficial. You're looking at that event and you're judging it, and just by you judging it, you're creating a negative emotion within yourself that attracts what they're about and attracts some of them with you. Now, if you see a situation around you and you don't want to be impacted by it, the best way is to be neutral, is just to say, I recognize that. I see that. I hear you. You don't always have to say nice. You don't have to say, oh, that's great, or that's bad. Oh, man, that's terrible. Oh, that's great. Oh, I'm really hopeful. No, to say, I recognize that. I recognize it. And recognize how in that state, you'll feel more solid. You won't be thrown off this way or that way, because through your language and your thoughts, you're not allowing yourself to do so. You're not telling yourself to do so. But when you say something that is polarized, good or bad, you're being thrown off emotionally off of your center, because you are an energy body. You are electric and magnetic, and just the same way you have electrons and protons, you want to be the neutron. You want to be in the center where the things rotate around you. And when you're in that state, you'll be able to make more balanced decisions. You won't be falling into states of fear or hysteria or states that may cause a lot of anxiety. You'll be able to separate yourself from others. Now, again, it's a practice, and you won't be separating yourself from others physically or emotionally. You'll still be able to interact, but notice where you're coming from, that emotional state. I believe it's been very beneficial in many situations for me. And you don't always have to be in that state. Sometimes it's great to just go up to like the positive or the negative, and it's okay to feel those things. though in times that may be a bit chaotic, it's a great practice to practice neutrality and being observant of where we're coming from. And an easy tool to use for that is exercise and diet. Anything that will elevate your ability to be conscious of your thoughts. So lighter foods, vegetarian foods, vegan, exercising is great. It gets the toxins out of your body, even the steam room. A great, one of the best things that a person can do to really flush out their system emotionally and from chemicals is fasting. It's a proven method it's mentioned everywhere throughout many books and holy scriptures, so it's tested, it's great. I'm personally a big proponent of it, and it's helped me so much, and it's my go-to thing. I'm not having a good day, or I picked up some bad juju, I'm going to be fasting, and I'd highly recommend it at least for myself, to do at least once or twice a week. We do a full 24-hour water fast, and then maybe graduate to a 24-hour dry fast. And then maybe after that, you could do longer ones. Though the positive effects of a fast tend to come after 20 hours. And it's also very good for your immune system, especially the dry fast. Once you hit hour 16 up to 20, initiates this process called autophagy, which I believe the researcher won a Nobel Peace Prize over that. And it basically wipes out your lazy and dead white blood cells, so your body can regenerate new ones. So you got like a whole new army of blood cells. So the quickest immune booster is actually fasting. Now, given what's going around, like maybe water fast is good to keep the passages going, and to make sure that you're not too dry within your lungs and passageway, because around catching colds, you do want to keep it very fluid. So I mentioned those two things here because the food is a great tool to elevate your mind and to help be centered, because a lot of times, we can get triggered by other people and we can get caught up in their drama and their fear, and especially with what's going on in the world that's happening. I was just out right now at the grocery store, and it was quite, you felt the energy. It's very, there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of hoarding, there's a lot of anxiety going on, and it's important during these times not to get caught up in that. So, fast. I really recommend fasting. I'm actually starting a fast right now. It's great for the mind, great for the body, and you kind of detach a little bit. It creates a buffer between you and the physical, and you kind of see things from a higher level. And things might come up emotionally for you to deal with, which is great. Just don't run away from them. Let them come up, process them, and enjoy. If you don't have much to do, you're staying at home. There's no need to eat so much. We don't really need to eat 3 times a day. We don't need to be buying so much food. Our bodies are designed to get energy from multiple sources. We just, kind of perfected the food source, which is a great one. Though it's a really good practice. I'd highly recommend it. Again, fasting and practicing neutrality. And those are my thoughts for the day. And sending you lots of love and wishing you a lot of peace. And be well and enjoy. Take care.